stock in particular, you're going to click on the link in the bio. That's going to take you to where you need to go, where you will then, in the comments section, put, for example, the first item that we're going to be showing you, an emerald necklace that will be sold 101. Everybody else, all of you out there in Facebook, Instagram, and on the Shop LC website, you will just put in the comments section sold 101. You'll already, yeah. So that's the house cleaning, and let's just get right into it. As usual, anything that you have, questions, I still have a little bit of ink on my fingers. That was from this morning. I encourage y'all to watch that. Had some cool items there too, household stuff. But let's take a look at this. We've got a beautiful Ethiopian emerald necklace here. These are genuine emeralds. You've got white zircon here. White zircon's commonly used. You've got marquise. You've got a beautiful pear shape too. Neon glow to these as well. I mean, gosh, something truly spectacular. Emeralds, and we have a few items that are gonna be emerald today. Just to kind of full disclosure on the emeralds. Obviously, it's one of the most well-known gemstones in the world, if not the most. But it's a type 3 gemstone, so typically what you're going to see is a highly included, typically a very milky, very sleepy. These are not. These have almost like a neon glow to them. The Ethiopian material is very fantastic. It's a great discovery that they've made there, and it's been discovered for many, many years, but new veins are found here and there, and this one is absolutely spectacular, very reminiscent of the Colombian material, which is considered some of the finest in the world. You've got a necklace here. It's going to be 18 to 20 inches. You've got a little bit of versatility. You've got a large lobster claw clasp. Now we put this in vermeil. That's 2.5 microns of gold on top of sterling silver. What does that do? Well, that makes it a more affordable option for you. But don't confuse the quality of the emeralds or the zircon for that matter. Zircon, not to be confused with cubic zirconia. This is a genuine gemstone. In fact, it's known as the world's oldest gemstone. It's an all-natural when it's presented typically in the white form. Sometimes it'll be heat treated, but for the most part, you're getting an all-natural gemstone. It's a doubly refractive gemstone, and that just means that you're going to get a lot of light refraction. Light will go in, it will split into two, pop back, and you'll just get lots of sparkle, lots of fire, lots of brilliance from it, which is why it commonly doubles for a diamond. So, full carat between the Ethiopian emerald. Majority of that's going to be in the Ethiopian emerald because you do have this large pear shape there, very sensual, very, very feminine, and very just a beautiful look altogether with these marquise, and just ultimately culminating into you've got that round. I mean, look at this. This is a better representation. I'm going to show it to you up close and personal. We do have a pendant above it. I don't want you confused, so I'm going to kind of put my hand over that, just so there's not any confusion. There we go, TikTok. And for everybody else who's watching on Instagram and Facebook and the Shop LC website. Now, this could easily be going out for around $1,000, anywhere up to, you walk into the wrong store during the holidays. And a lot of things say sale, but they're super marked up so that they can be put on sale then. But I think you'd be lucky to get away with this for $1,300, $1,400 at a traditional retail jeweler, like a mall jeweler, that sort of thing, mall kiosks, whatever. And that's if you could find real emeralds. A lot of the places now are mostly carrying the lab created, which are, lab created are beautiful, but they're also, they don't hold the value, and they're not mined from the earth. So there's that. But you're getting genuine emeralds here. A lot of carat weight here, and you're getting it for $229, not that $1,200 or $1,300 that we're discussing earlier. What you also have here is what's called budget pay. Most of you are familiar with budget pay, but those of you who are not familiar with budget pay, it's a zero credit check, does not check credit whatsoever, not a credit card whatsoever, and there's zero interest payments on it. Basically, you will pay a portion of it up front. In this case, $46 gets this home. You will pay zero shipping costs. If you want to get this, and I want to say this as a general rule, for the purposes of today's show, if in fact you are super stressed, or maybe it just, the holidays sneak up on us sometimes. Maybe you didn't have time to go shopping. Maybe you work full time. If you're wanting to get something as a gift, it's not too late. Probably too late to get it shipped to you by Christmas Day, but take a photograph of it. You'll be on the website. You'll have access to all the photographs of it, which are really up close and personal. You got some good photographs there. I'm looking at them. You got them on the model. Take a picture of that. Say, darling, this is what I'm getting you. Or if you're the female, you're getting it for a friend. Susan, I'm so sorry. They didn't ship it in time. Blame it on us. Take a picture of it. But this is what you're getting. And I guarantee you, they're not going to be upset. And when they get this in their hands, they're going to fall in love. Absolutely phenomenal opportunity here. This is, I believe, a newer item, if I'm not mistaken. Because this is the first time I'm seeing it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just that traditional sort of princess style, beautiful drape, elegantly simplistic, and you're getting the look of yellow gold because you do have genuine 14 karat yellow gold overlay. In fact, that's very buttery rich on that. So it actually very much reminiscent of the 22 to 24.
Hey Chris, I don't mean to cut you short real fast, but Jim just said hi on the website.
Hey Jim, how are you? Jim, are you watching? You're watching on Instagram, yes?
The website.
Oh, on the website. Jim, how are you? Jim's my man, dude. Jim. What's going on today? You can talk back. As usual, folks, feel free to chime in, say hello. We always enjoy that, and keeps things interesting around here. New York Jim. This is beautiful. Friends, it's $229. $46 gets it home. Zero shipping costs on that whatsoever. That's negligible. What's the important thing is that you're getting something that's truly spectacular. The emeralds are fantastic. Like I kind of touched on this in the beginning of the presentation, but emeralds being a type 3 gemstone usually means they're one of the most included gemstones in the world. In fact, but usually you almost expect that from an emerald. But these, as far as a type 3 gemstone go, like for example, rubellite tourmaline is another one that's usually heavily included, and it's to be expected somewhat. In fact, if you don't have any inclusions, then you're probably looking at a lab created, or you're looking at something that is completely going to be like way up there in terms of budget. But these are just fantastic. You've got a beautiful glow to them, the color, everything about it, just fantastic. The cutting's sensational. You've got these beautiful marquees, which I think is one of the most beautiful cuts. You've got a round, my favorite cut, and then you've got probably up there in the top 3 with that beautiful pear shape, which it all just sort of culminates in. And that really does. Can we scroll down? I just want to we're going to move on just because we have so much to get to today, friends, but I do want to give you just some the particulars here. Okay, so that pear shape is going to be close to a ½ carat. It definitely gives you the look of a full ½ carat, in my opinion, just in terms of millimeter width. They're calling it a 4x2. That's not possible. Oh, these are the marquees. Okay, so they're talking about the marquees. So altogether with the marquees emeralds, you have 43 points. Can we scroll up just a hair? Because the main one should be Ethiopian emeralds.
Yeah, it's not saying just the main. Oh, maybe this.
Okay, so we have a 36-point pair. Okay, so they showed that secondarily. The pair, but the pair is a 6x4. Okay, so you're getting 6x4. So you're getting a large look on that pear shape. A 6x4 millimeter is, although it's 36 points, it definitely shows like at least a ½ carat because of the millimeter, the real estate that we're taking up. Okay, so now we're back. Now we're back. And again, this is all in precious metal. It is dreamy. You do have a little bit of jump rings there, so if you wanted to sort of layer this up with a couple other items, in fact, some of the items that we're going to sell you today, that's going to be your prerogative, your option for sure. But this, just as a standalone item, obviously it's not meant for me, but just to kind of give you an idea of scale, I mean, it's just going to be, it's a real dreamy piece. Now, that's sold 101, all right? So we're going to move on, but I got to say, I want to say this is one of the first times I've ever seen it, so in just a little bit, DJ, I know you're handling some business, continue handling that business, but in a little bit I want you to give me just kind of a count on what we have that, and I'll
I can give you a guys. We had, or have, 10 of those.
Oh, check that. That is not, apparently, it's either a very, very limited item or just something that we just got so few of them. So we're talking last in stock opportunity with that emerald necklace. So there's 10 of them. If you love it, I'm going to hard sell you and tell you you probably need to move sooner rather than later, okay? On that one. That said, we are going to move on to items sold 102. The emerald necklace was sold 101, just FYI. Sold 102. Yes. In fact, I think this could work. Let's not muddy the waters, because I want you guys to see this, and I want you to I want it to be standalone. This, talk about elegant simplicity. What you have here is a very, 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 very rare gemstone. Is apatite rare? Not necessarily. Apatite's fairly common in nature, but when you get apatite that is gem quality, like top gem quality, like what you're getting here, it doesn't get much better in terms of gem quality, gem grade, and the color, the hue is extremely rare. This is from a Tanzanian find that they discovered. So many wonderful, some of the best, in fact, probably the most important gem discovery of all time, or at least of the 20th century, Tanzanite, was discovered in Tanzania. This is from that area, that glorious region of the world where, you know, just geological things happened that made for some of the most beautiful gemstone discoveries of all time, really. This is one of them. This is Tanzanian natural green apatite. This is natural, which blows my mind because I want you to see this. And I don't know if you can see what I can see, but if you could, there you go, TikTok, you would see one of the most beautiful, just radiant. The picture behind me does some justice. The one on the website does not. I'm looking at the one on the website. It does not. It's a clearance item. This should not be on clearance, okay? You've got a halo of white zircon. In person, this is just spectacular. Now we don't have, we got a lot of studio lights, but they're not special lights. So they're not doing it any extra favors, but what you get is just so much radiance, so much clarity on this, and a real great cut to it that I think that when you go to the website, and that's going to be sold 102, you're not going to see what I'm seeing here. So I just want to say that just for the record. But this is something very, very special. It's a gemstone collector's dream. Gemstone collectors understand the value of this material. It's not very well known in the gem world just because this discovery was so limited. What you have is 85 points. That's in total now. That's going to include your white zircon. Okay, again, natural gemstone, genuine gemstone, doubly refractive, doubles as diamond. You've got these two sort of baguettes right here, and just a very simple mounting. And it's radiant. It's just gorgeous. Now, this is going to come with the chain. The price on it. Most of you have seen it at this point. If you've had any interest in it. If you like green gemstones, if you're a lover and a connoisseur and a collector of gemstones, especially green gemstones, like if Michelle was watching, my fellow show host here, who's just she's a friend of mine, and she's also a lover of green gemstones. I think she's a May baby, so emeralds, I guess. So, but she would love this. This is on clearance. It's the first time I'm seeing it, and it may be the last time we're seeing it. I'm assuming we got very, very limited.
We have 100.
We have 100 of these? Okay. Then what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I want you to get this, and I want you to think about possibly making this into a set of earrings as well, if you can afford it, and you will be able to, because this is $31.99. $31.99. You're sure we have 100 of these? We do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I love that, because that gives us a different proposition here now. I thought we were going to be like in the 4 or 5s, because this is extremely rare material. Now, that said, what you could do, if one was so inclined, because you got a $10.67 budget pay, right? That's going to make it the 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. Put a $10 investment, $10.67. We'll call it $11. You pay $11 today, you're going to pay for the next 2 months, 34 cents, 35 cents, right? A day for the next 2 months. Easily doable. So I submit to you, and this is sold 102. I would do 3 of the, if you love it. If you don't love it, forget about it, scrap it. Or if money's a little tight, I get that too, scrap it. Maybe just get the pendant, and it's beautiful. And I think you're gonna fall in love with it. But if you can afford it, go with the budget pay. Pay about $31.99 today on budget pay, and then you're gonna pay basically $1 and some change a day. But you can get 3 of these. You can then go to a craft store of any kind, and you can turn this into a set, basically a set, kind of a set almost. Well, yeah, if we count the chain, to where you would have the pendant and then a matching pair of earrings that would look something like this. Just a suggestion, because this is really spectacular. And then just in just a moment, I'm going to get you to scroll down and give me the particulars on the actual size of that gemstone. But just to kind of give you an idea, make a beautiful drop earring, kind of a dangle there, right? You've got nice filigree work in the back. It's going to be all vermeil, so it's going to be 2.5 microns, 14 karat yellow gold over sterling silver. So what we're talking about here, just on the apatite, just on that natural green apatite, which is such a beautiful and collector's gemstone, and the color is so rich, the hue is fantastic. That one's going to be 50 points, right? The remainder of that's going to be in your white zircon, so in our halo, in our baguettes, and that's it. The rest is in precious metal. Look, we're just talking about the chain alone, just a silver chain. Never mind an actual vermeil chain with gold plating. A silver chain would cost you double that minimum in most traditional jewelry stores. You're getting the chain, the 20-inch chain, and you're getting the collector's gemstone, which is a half of a carat, larger than most of your diamond engagement ring solitaires. Okay? And it's just beautiful, just beautiful. Collector's gemstone there, absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna move on, but man, is that something special. We've got 100 of them. I can't believe we have that many. Wait, we have exactly 100. Okay, that must be a new item then. Just because it's on clearance does not mean that it's been shown before. Usually when there's round numbers like that, that's usually a telltale sign. So I gotta think this one hasn't been shown yet. I want to say you're getting first dibs at it. I could be completely wrong and off base there, but spectacular. Good deal. All right, so at $31, the fact that we just made it clearance, and look, we're in clearance mode. Some of these items will be on clearance. A lot of them will be. Not necessarily everything. And I'll let you know. You'll be able to see it on the website. It'll say clearance. But just because something's on clearance does not mean it's not desirable. That just means that we have literally thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of items that we have to make room for. There's new shipments coming in all the time, so we'll do these once or twice, 3 times, maybe at the most every year, the clearance events. But it does not put any weight on the value of what you're getting and the demand for what you're getting, because I can tell you right now, that's a gemstone that many collectors are going to see it as in high, very, very high demand. Now, moving
fast. Jim was saying that besides you, his favorite other hosts are Hannah, Loretta, Jessica, Katie, and he just recently received a Turkish lamp a few days ago.
Well, now he showed me a picture of his OG Turkish lamp. He got a new one?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I love those Turkish lamps, Jim. I was just in Turkey, and they're not inexpensive in Turkey, and the quality of what we had here, that I've seen those are amazing. Congrats.
Yeah, he says he enjoys watching the. Oh wait, no, this is another guy, Steven. He said, "I've been very happy with almost all of my Shop LC purchases. I even scored a sporty watch for $1 recently, and it had free shipping. I love watching the live shows on Facebook too."
So this is Steven now.
It's right. Steven, yes.
Well, I know. Jim had shown me a picture on Facebook or Instagram where we're friends at of a lamp that he had, the Turkish lamp. It was really cool that he got from here. Steven you got a dollar. You did the dollar auction.
Yeah.
I love that. I've got some killer stuff. I got Steven, I got a killer blue zircon, round blue zircon necklace, not unlike the design here on that Sold 101 emerald necklace that we had. I think it wasn't $1 though. It was like, I think I got it for like $20, but you're talking like it was killer value.
And Steven also just says happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you, Steven, and thank you so much for watching. I'm glad to hear you're out there. So, moving on here, and thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody. We always appreciate your comments, and don't think that you're getting on our nerves, because we love and value. We want to hear from you. Also, when it comes to certain items that we're showing in particular, feel free also to sort of chime in if maybe I moved past something, or if you want to get a second look, or you want me to try to move in a little closer on a certain item. The live stream's a little bit more flexible in that respect. You know, we've got a little bit of wiggle room there that we may not have always on the on the traditional sort of TV show there, where we're paying for more airtime and that sort of thing. So from a practical standpoint, so yeah, thank you guys for being out there and for watching. All right, so next up we've got Sold 103. This is going to be, we got multi gemstones, so looks like we've got some aventurine. We've got some amethyst, we got lapis, we've got probably going to be dyed howlite there, which looks very, very much, right here, looks very, very much, and forgive my nails there, folks, or my fingers, I've got ink on them from where I was just clumsily playing with an ink pen earlier. We've got, so anyway, I digress. Dyed howlite, which looks very, very reminiscent of your Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Down here, we've got some more aventurine, perhaps some chalcedony. We've got, what's going to be quartz there. Tiger's eye. And then a little more, almost looks like Baltic amber, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's chalcedony. And some jasper. So lots of a multitude of genuine gemstones here. I want to say, yeah, those are all going to be genuine gemstones. Some of them perhaps dyed, some color treated, heat treated, or whatnot. The treatments are common with most gemstones. The headline here is 288.5 carats worth of beautiful multicolor, all put together, quite lovely. You've got these little sort of individual little stations there too, which give it just an added element of sophistication and class and make it look very expensive. And then you've got a really pretty, almost like, I guess you'd call it a pendant there, here at the very bottom there. So gorgeous little like lotus flower design. The price on this is going to blow your mind. This is something easily, I don't know, $69 to $99. To get this many different colored gemstones, to get this many genuine mined from the earth gemstones, all that beauty, all that radiance, for $7.99, that's where people sometimes sort of start questioning things. You're asking yourself the question. If you just found us, I mean, if you've been with us for a while, you get it. But if you've just found us, you might be like, so what's the catch? Well, the catch is our parent company. We call it vertical integration, lovingly. Our parent company is we're probably the second to third largest manufacturer of jewelry in the world, based out of India, with thousands of years of combined total industry experience, manufacturing experience, down to quality control, down to you name it. Sourcing of gemstones. You put together all of our teams that go up throughout the world and that have created connections over, in many cases, decades. And like I said, combined, probably centuries. And what you end up with is basically you are buying, in many cases, in many respects, direct from the source. So you're not having to go through all the middlemen. So you might, let's just say, for example, let's say you saw something very similar to this in a mall jeweler, in some sort of kiosk, or even in a kiosk in a different country. And you say, well, gosh, that was like $79. Maybe even saw it for $59 in such and such country. And that was a great deal. You're not sacrificing any of the quality. In fact, I'd venture to say you're probably going to get better quality in many cases from us, because we, again, are the second largest manufacturer of jewelry in the world. But you're not having to go through all these different middlemen that we're constantly having to sort of, well, this guy gets his cut on the way to the ultimate final destination, which ultimately, and for most people, is the retail, your mall jewelers, your run-of-the-mill jewelry locations, in some cases boutique, really high-end boutiques where they maybe there may be a designer, maybe they slap their initials on that particular piece. That is not necessarily manufactured by them, but hey, they think it's beautiful and they want to put their name on it. Fair enough. They want to put their pedigree on it. I think that's a fair thing to do. But there's also a huge markup that comes with a lot of that. Sometimes you're going through as many as like 5, 10, sometimes up to 12, 13 middlemen. So everybody's got to get their little slice of the pie. This case, you're going direct to the source. You're also getting this for pennies on the dollar. Guess what? We've got the matching bracelet. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Stretch bracelet and necklace. Two for,
yeah. Just doesn't show it on the thing, yeah.
Okay. So, everything I just said, ditto all that, $7.99. How many do we have?
We have...
And you're getting the bracelet. You're just getting the bracelet.
11.
Okay, so we have 11. So we have 11 in total. You're getting the necklace. So 288.5 carats. Forgive me, it's not all in the necklace. Some of that will be in the bracelet. The bracelet's got the stretchy deal going, so this is going to work for virtually any wrist. I'm not going to try to put it on just because I have massive hands, right? But it's going to fit most wrists. It would definitely fit my wrist. But ladies and gentlemen, you're getting the match to it, okay? But there's only 11 opportunities for you. $7.99. This is wild. Clearance item. You've got Cal Sydney. You've got a little bit of jasper. You've got a little bit of tiger's eye. You've got amethyst in there. You've got some dyed howlite. Looks just like Sleeping Beauty. By the way, we have some genuine Sleeping Beauty coming your way here. You've got a big lobster claw clasp there, which I believe is going to be in silver tone. But it should be hypoallergenic. You've even got this, these jump rings on here. It's going to give you an extra two inches. So you see that I can put this on. I typically wear about a 20. I can squeeze into an 18 necklace, but you can get that probably from, I'd say, what did we have it at? 18 to 20. So yeah, 18 to 20. This is an amazing opportunity. Don't miss that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And the colors are rich, vibrant, and there's only 11. So I'm going to move on. So that will more than likely sell out. It's a Texas twofer there, folks. Come on in on that one. What a great deal. What a great deal. And I love the pendant. Just real quick. Okay, so this was sold one of three. You also have that beautiful, I think it's like a lotus flower. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but you have that on both of those. So these are 100% match. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Excellent opportunity. Congratulations, everybody who got in on that. They're more than likely going to sell out. So if you're watching right now and you love what I just showed you, I would probably move quicker on that one. That's a clearance item that for sure has been shown before, but I doubt it has ever been shown at that price, $7.99. I mean, that's a giveaway. You can't even get a hamburger for that these days. All right, so next up, we've got some beautiful heart-shaped earrings. Doorbuster here. Now, what we're talking about, simulated quartz. So, you've got something that's going to give you a big, robust look. You're going to get a lot of sparkle, a lot of fire. These are fun. Valentine's Day is a heartbeat away, no pun intended there. Look at all that sparkle. Look at all that fire. Look at all that pizzazz. Now, here's the good news. What we have here, we're going to call these probably the white, but the white mystic color. So you're going to see little flashes, kind of almost very similar to Aurora Borealis type stuff. You've got a lot of yellows I'm seeing. Really, it just depends on. It's very chameleon-like in that respect. So anything that you have in the room, any colors, like for example, I'm wearing a blue shirt, so I'm seeing a lot of blue hues. It just kind of wants to adapt to those. You got some nice shepherd's hooks. Here's the interesting thing about what we're doing here. These are going to be under $10, okay? But those shepherd's hooks, and I'm going to give you a measurement here. I'll give you the receipt on that. But these shepherd's hooks are in precious metal, bathed in rhodium, one of the most expensive metals in the world. It's around $4,000 to $5,000 a troy ounce right now. These have a good. These are going to be. You'll have these probably. I'd say pretty good bet you'll have them in time for New Year's. You'll most assuredly have them in time for Valentine's Day. Yeah, hearts, right? Got it. Inch and a half on the dangles. So not quite shoulder sweepers, but definitely going to give you a big robust look. Lots of compliments coming your way with these, and they're in precious metal. And you've got just all the beautiful, just the shimmer and the shine and the bling that come from all the different facets that you're going to see. But, well, that's not a good representation, but suffice to say, let me show you. You see that? We got all these individual facets, very, very beautiful. Good size on those two. Lots of compliments. Now, we do have these available in different colors. We'll double check, make sure, but these are $8.99. $8.99. $79.99 estimated retail value. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. When we're talking about in silver dipped in rhodium, going to be hypoallergenic. So if you have any sort of allergies or anything like that, nickel, things like that, mystery metal type stuff that you've gotten maybe from kiosks and things like that sort of mess around with your skin, you shouldn't have any issues there. So yeah, we do have them in a blue crystal, sort of looks like a purple, and then maybe more of a golden. Okay, all together, probably I'm assuming we have a good bit of them, maybe.
Across all those, we have 400.
Okay, so yeah, we should have enough. I'm sure in some there's probably less than others. The blues, that's really beautiful. Blue almost has like a blue topaz or like a blue zircon, sort of a neon apatite look to it. There's a sort of a purple, which just judging from the picture, we don't have them on set here. But judging from the picture, it's going to kind of give you sort of a nice lavender, and then you've got a golden, which I think is going to give you very much a citrine, sort of an imperial topaz look, if you guys are familiar with that particular gemstone. So I encourage you to get them all. I mean, look, $9, 9 times 4, and you're there. I mean, less than $50 for just beautiful, beautiful heart-shaped earrings. And if you want to give them as a gift, that's a couple date nights. They're fun, flirty. Then not necessarily an age, but I mean, for the younger people, absolutely something you give them and not have to worry about. Whether if they lose them or something, it's not going to be the end of the world. Maybe teach them a little responsibility, but yeah, I think for any age, these are going to be fantastic. If you just love the heart shape, it's one of the most popular designs there is, has ever been in jewelry, and you want something that's kind of going to give you that strong, robust look and a really, really good presence. I think that's a great item. So that's going to be sold $105. Okay, So we're gonna move on, and we've got enough to take care of you folks. So that's a fun item that I would definitely encourage you to get and for yourself, and then potentially think about getting it as a gift as well. So next up, we've got for you. Can we do the multi-tourmaline? Or no?
That sapphire cross pendant.
Sapphire cross. Oh, this is spectacular. Okay. Let's talk about sapphire. What is a sapphire? Well, it's from the corundum family, and many people don't know. Corundum, probably the most famous of all is the blue sapphire. Probably the most highest selling gemstone of all time. Everybody's familiar with the blue sapphire. Most everybody's familiar with the red variety of corundum, which is, of course, rubies. But what you may not know is that corundum or sapphire, we'll call it sapphire, comes in a rainbow of colors. It can be many, many colors of the rainbow. Obviously, you're familiar probably with pink sapphire. You might be familiar with Podparasha sapphire. That's sort of the orangey pink or pinkish orange variety there, which is very, very rare to see. But we've got here absolutely beautiful blue, pink, golden, yellow to golden to orange. You've even got some almost like sort of greens here. They look gray in this picture, but in person they look green. It's a very rare color to see in sapphire. Down to pinks here in the bottom, some greens again here at the top. Just a rainbow and a beautiful representation. All wonderful marquise cuts, a very wasteful cut too, on a gorgeous cross. And 'tis the season for sure. This is absolutely beautiful. It's pretty large too. Guys could wear this absolutely. Cross is one of the few things. I'm not a big pendant person per se, but cross is definitely one of the things that I would rock. Full disclosure, I mean I'm a believer, but you don't have to be a believer to appreciate the value and look, just from an aesthetic standpoint, it's a beautiful thing. But if you're a believer, most assuredly this is something I think you would really treasure.
Jim says that's his birthstone. His birthday is.
Oh, you're September.
Yeah, and he also says, "You go, Chris. This man knows his stuff."
Hey, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Jim's the best. And folks, yeah, okay. So yeah, Jim, you've got all the representation here. You often wonder why though, because it's like, well, July, rubies technically, but anyway, I digress. But folks, what you're talking about here is something truly, truly spectacular. It's very robust. It's got some weight to it, substantial. This is going to be in sterling silver, but it's going to be all bathed in platinum, one of the most expensive metals out there as well. One of the strongest metals, and of course hypoallergenic here. This is 9 karat 60. Okay, 9 karat 60. We're not talking micro pave. I will say this the small little round pink. It's kind of it's the keystone, it's the linchpin. It's a smaller one, but we're not, other than that, which is not even micro pave. It's a smaller one. We're talking about pretty large marquise cuts here, a wasteful cut, but they're all meticulously cut. These are meticulously put together. The sorting process on this must have been a nightmare. Just to mount each individual marquise here. And there's a rhyme and a method to all of this, which of course you will be able to see. And you can see. Just in looking at that, you'll be able to see it on the website as well. This is going to be items sold 106, nearly 10 carats. Folks, we got this at a clearance price that makes 0 cents. Now, it's not going to come with a chain. Forget about that. Look, there's going to be a couple items that we'll sell you today. You can use that chain. Go to the website, shoplc.com. You can get a white gold chain, you can get a platinum chain, you can get a silver chain, no problem. So shouldn't be, that's not an issue. Another thing about this, and I'm going to get to the price. Drum roll. And you've probably already seen it though. But look at the back of this. Even the filigree work on the back has a cross in the center. Do you see that? There you go, TikTok and everybody else. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So it's going to be very, very comfortable on the skin, but even if it flips around and you don't see those gorgeous sapphires, the multitude of color with that, you're going to see a beautiful cross right in the center in the back, and of course, obviously, the cross, and then all this beautiful scrolling sort of filigree work. It's spectacular. This is $118.39 on clearance. The everyday price we have it at typically is going to be about $147, which is, that's a dream price as well, I gotta say. So $118.39. It's special and it's beautiful. I mean, you're going to have some heat treatment, of course. Most gemstones will be heat treated. That's, 95% of the world's gemstones are going to be heat treated that you see in everyday life. But you've got genuine, mined from the earth sapphires, ladies and gentlemen. One of the hardest gemstones out there, coming in at about a 8.75 to 9.25 on the most hardest scale. The clarity on these, fantastic. The color, obviously, fantastic. You're going to see all of that. And it's large. Let me give you a measurement in just a moment, but I want to keep showing you that. And I'm doing that for a reason, because this is truly special. It's going to be about 2 inches from bell to bottom. All right? Left to right. We'll call it just shy of 1.5 inches. Okay? Just shy of 1.5 inches. Spectacular. This is our estimated retail value is at $1,099. That seems reasonable, really reasonable to me. We talk about labor. We talk about the rarity of corundum. We talk about the hardness. We talk about the everyday wearability. We talk about, how many do we have of these? So what if we got like one?
We have 18.
Okay, so we have 18. We have 18. Probably not gonna have that many when the dust settles here, folks. If you love it, I wouldn't hesitate, because what I will say is that when it comes to things like crosses, and especially with this being, look, it's the time of Jesus' birth, the representation of his birth. Some people put it somewhere around September or something like that. Who cares? But it's that time. So it's an important time. People are recognizing the birth of Christ. For that reason, I would say if you love it, I probably wouldn't hesitate with only 18 of them left, because all it takes is one person to say, hey, that is beautiful, and it is. And I've got a Bible study group of about 10 people. Boom, 10 are gone. There's no limit to the amount you can get. There is a limit to the amount we have. So this is a last in stock opportunity. I don't know that this price could be duplicated going forward in the future. Sapphires, emeralds, rubies, the three kings, as they're called often. I was reading an article several months back talking about how they have continually, despite finding new pockets of them throughout the world here and there. They're rare, don't get me wrong, but they find new discoveries of these gemstones. But they're all finite, and they're all very valuable because of the rich history that they have. Okay? So the article I was reading was talking, and it might have been like jeweler.com, it's like one of those, that you get the kind of monthly subscription to. And it was talking about how they just, that amazingly, that the prices of those three particular gemstones, despite new discoveries, little pockets here and there being found all the time, continually rise. Because we, as humans, value the beauty. We cherish them. They're important. So keep in mind, you've got basically a proposition here where we're talking about, 12 bucks a carat? Never mind all that hardware. Forget the chain. Chain does not come with it, but never mind all that hardware, all that beautiful precious metal, sterling silver, platinum overlay. That's an amazing value. So I hope you'll take advantage of it. I think it's just beautiful. Yeah. Look, this is a good price. We're talking about just Austrian crystals. 118 would be a little bit high for my blood, but but in the traditional retail world, that would probably be not out of the realm of possibility for just Austrian crystals. In fact, we're talking about sapphires. Forget about it. All right? That is a really, really great deal. There's only 18 of them, okay? And that was sold 106. Or was that sold 105?
6.
That was sold 106. We'll put this bad boy on. Might as well advertise a little bit. Okay, so if you love that, you are going to really love what I have to show you next. Now, full disclosure, I kind of glanced at this and I thought, you know what, is that? I thought it was a pair of earrings that I just purchased because it's very similar to a pair of tourmaline earrings that I just purchased, multicolored tourmaline earrings. But it's not. That's coming your way. You can probably see them behind me. We can go ahead and pull that up behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just terrible with the lobster claws. Everybody knows that. They watch my shows. I'll get there eventually. Come on, man. Or maybe I won't. To be continued. All right. These are fantastic. What you have here is a pinwheel design. Sort of a flare, a floral, if you will. But again, you've got the marquees. That's why I was trying to put this on too. Another reason. Got a big lobster claw on this thing too. But, friends, what we're going to be having for you in just a moment, I think would go fantastically. That's the reason why I'm really sort of clumsily trying to get this thing on so that I can show them to you in conjunction and together. But we've got 6 carat 65 coming up. A pair of earrings. These are going to be dangles. They're multi sapphire. And if I don't in the next 3 seconds, I'm going to give up. Okay, so I think they would go great with the pendant that we just got. Okay? But have a look at these. Yes, yes, yes. That is an explosion of color of genuine sapphire. You've got one of the rarest colors to see in sapphire. You've got some sort of lavenderish, almost borderline purple. Purple, very rare color to see. And friends, you've got almost, look, orange, very rare too, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's almost, we're talking about very much and very close. And when you see these in person, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Very much almost a red sapphire. Not quite the same thing as the ruby. These are spectacular. All with a golden, almost a yellowish golden sapphire, and a large golden yellow sapphire right here in the center. These are on clearance. You've got one of the most desirable, you got the lever backs on those, right? One of the most desirable, at least I would say anecdotally, kind of did an informal poll here. Asked like 7 ladies one day, from hosts to behind the scenes, security, custodian. I think I even asked a lady over in IT. Kind of just went around and asked, and every single person, probably lever backs, like what their favorite. They lock into place, simple, you're done. And it's going to keep your investment, and make no mistake, this is an investment. It's going to keep it nice and secure on your ears. Because what we're talking about here is 7 carats of some of the most beautiful marquise and round multicolored sapphires you're ever going to see. All meticulously put together, all strategically put together, all wonderfully, I mean, this is brilliant. They're going to be about 1.25 inches from top to bottom. They're going to all be in precious metal. You've got sterling silver bathed in platinum. $989 is our estimated retail value. The look that you're getting here, quite frankly, when we're talking about something that typically goes for $1,000 a carat, I would say minimum when we're talking about some of these colors. In obviously maybe a little bit larger sizes, but I mean, good grief. Folks, $95.99. This is like a today only deal. Tomorrow, if it bumps up, and we're guaranteed these prices for at least 24 hours. We've got, today's 12/23. All right, so we're Christmas Eve. It's 3 p.m. Central Time. About, I guess, 4 p.m. Central Time, Christmas Eve. It's going to bump up, probably more than likely, to 119. If there are any of them left. How many do we have left of these, by the way?
We have 24 of these.
Okay, so we got 24 of them. You can't go wrong with these. You've got a $19, less than $20 budget pay. 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. $20 gets these home for nearly 7 carats. Glorious corundum, genuine, mined from the earth sapphires, multicolors. I love them. They're great. Beautiful marquise. Again, I think they would look great for those of you. I don't know that these were made necessarily together, but they sure enough do go quite wonderfully with that cross that a lot of you are probably going to get. Kind of complete the set there, or get close to it. Man, what an opportunity. So if you got the cross, I think the cross is around 120, 130 bucks, something like that. And then you get these are under $100. Look, budget pay, you spend less than 50 bucks probably, something like that. What an opportunity. These are beautiful. Again, very limited on these. I think less than 2 dozen. Less than 2 dozen on the earrings. And they are just fantastic. For genuine sapphire, 7 carats. They're substantial. I don't think that they're not gonna tug. Yeah, no, they're not. I don't see them tugging on your ear. So I think but what they are gonna do, they're not necessarily gonna tug on your ear, but you might have some friends come in. Hey, let me see that. You got nice articulation on them, so it's gonna dangle, so you can get them in time for the New Year's Eve parties. Yep. Beautiful color, just spectacular, and some really, really rich, rare colors on those two. And this picture, I feel, doesn't necessarily do them justice in terms of the deep, rich hues of colors. But I will just tell you personally, I'm looking at some very, very strong, almost borderline orangish red sapphires. I'm looking at one, and the center stones to me are very almost borderline orangey. They're very golden, but closer to the orange. So I would call them a yellow orange. Orange being the primary. I'm seeing some lavender, so we're getting close to purple there, very rare, and green, and then some yellow sapphires, and then of course some I'd say some mild pinks to lavender as well. These are fantastic. Such a great deal. They look like $6,000. And look, if they were in platinum, you could easily see these. All things being equal. If these were just in straight up platinum without the silver, which is, by the way, precious metal, I think all things being equal in terms of the quality of those sapphires, I think you're talking about probably about a $5,000 proposition in just a run-of-the-mill like retail establishment. Not even, all things being equal, everything. I think you're talking about, easily $5,000. Huge value. All right, we're gonna move on. That was sold 108. Here comes sold 109.
Oh, sorry, that was 107.
Oh, forgive me. 107 were the earrings.
Mm-hmm.
Those are spectacular. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can, since I was unable to hang the chain around my neck, I'm gonna just see if I can maybe just sort of place it right there. You guys can keep an eye on it. Now, look, friends, I'm going to kind of quickly just sort of reboot here. TikTok, the way it works, if you're new, thank you for watching. We hope you'll stay with us. You're going to see lots of many more amazing items here. Doing all jewelry today on the second half of the show, the second show here. But TikTok, you're going to click on a link in the bio. That should be right below me or just above me. That will take you to the website where you will then punch in sold 10, whatever it is. For example, that was 107, the most recent item. We're about to go to sold 108 in the comments section. So you'll punch that in the comment section. Sold 107 for the earrings, for example. For the next item that we're about to show you, sold 108, which are, let's see, oh, right here in front of me. How could I miss them? How could I miss them? This is like the biggest pair of earrings we have. And then for everybody else on Instagram and Facebook, you're going to punch in the code in the comments section. And on the website, obviously, punch in comments sold 108, for example, for these. The next item should be 109. Sometimes we'll skip around, but I'll let you know. What we have here are fantastic. You've got a big, bold pair of just about shoulder sweepers. They're not, I wouldn't quite go that far, but they definitely have a strong, strong, strong presence. What you're getting, to me, has the look of almost in between, sort of like, have you ever seen like a Swiss blue, London blue topaz, perhaps maybe like a little bit of apatite. Now these are going to be sort of a glass crystal, but they have nice fastening on them here, which you're not really seeing. I don't think it's represented well in this picture behind me or on the one on the website, but I'm going to try to give you a close-up of these because they do have excellent fastening on them, which do give you a lot of nice light return and really give you a legit look of I'd say like between a Swiss blue and a London blue almost. Really, really pretty and very, very large look. You've got the gold tone in these, so you've got the look of gold. So perceived value is pretty strong here as well. Then you've got some pretty large disc backs, not the super large disc backs, but a pretty robust disc back on those as well. So they keep them nice and secure. On the ear, these would be excellent. This would be a really, really killer look for, I think, a New Year's Eve party or any. Just I think they work fine for even conservative office environment, quite frankly. But you look forward to a lot of compliments on these. They're just beautiful. They're about almost 2 inches, almost 2 inches from top to bottom. So you've got the corresponding pear shape, very feminine, very beautiful. Tell me that doesn't look like a Swiss blue topaz, right? Nice clarity on them, obviously. They're all going to be sort of prong set, but it kind of gives you the look of a bezel set, almost kind of a fierce look on those too, because you've almost got a look at this sort of tooth. It's almost like a sharp tooth look, which gives it a really, really nice vibe. Good design on those. Aren't those pretty? Guess what? They're $6.39. Talk about perceived value there. I don't think anybody's going to be breaking out a jeweler's loop and checking to see if these aren't Swiss blue topaz. They have that look. They're not going to be looking for a stamp of gold. They have that look. $6.39. Oh, here's the good news. So we've got these, the same style design, which I absolutely adore. I think it's amazing. We've got this available to you in a sort of it looks like I would say we're calling this the light blue, but we also could we click on? I want to kind of go down the line here, and if we could, if there's not too much trouble, I want to flash the different color varieties that we have in these. These are $7.99. You have to go for it. Look, you have to get these just because of the fun factor, because of the flirty, and because they look expensive. All the faceting on these is really strong. We've got a blue pair. Now, we don't have these on set here, ladies and gentlemen, but we've got the sort of light, what we're calling the light blue, which what I would say I would probably call that a Swiss blue. If you have any apatite jewelry, sort of, yeah, you could probably wear it with some of your neon apatite or some of your really pretty apatite jewelry, but I'd say very, very similar to like a Swiss blue topaz. These going to give you kind of like almost like sort of cobalt color there. I'm going to assume that they've got good clarity on them because they are the glass. So this is probably going to be more akin to like a blue sapphire, like a Tanzanian blue spinel, maybe even a tanzanite kind of look there. So but all things will be they'll be the exact same size and the same dimensions that we gave you on those. So big, bold look. Then if we could keep going down the line, we've got an orange pair there. Going to be and those are going to be in a nice gold tone as well. I think the previous ones,
There you
all of them will be in a gold tone. So these are going to be kind of give you the look of like a citrine, I would say. And then going down the line.
And we have this red one I'll show you.
There we go, red, sort of almost a jasper red, but I'm not seeing it in person. You can go to the website. Again, this one's going to be sold 108, and you should be able to see the actual pictures on the model and everything. Get a fuller idea of it. I would say get them all. I mean, look, $8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 7 total. You got one for every single day of the week there. There's a pink, there's a purple. The pink's probably going to give you a closer look to like a rose quartz, but only more clarity there. So probably there's I think there's a green. There's a green there. Ooh, I bet those are beautiful. But look, they're $8 a piece. And if you love that design, which it is, what's not to love? And the fastening on them is just truly spectacular. And they feel substantial too. Not super duper heavy, but I don't think you're gonna have a lot of tugging going on. I say go for it. I mean, at that price, look, something like this probably run you 30 to $70, depending on what boutique you go to. How many of those aforementioned middlemen they're gonna have to pay off down the line. Everybody wants to get their taste when you're dealing with that many middlemen. You're just going straight to the source. They're beautiful, fun, and look, God forbid you lose one of them. It's not the end of the world. You're not out a ton of money, but you do have that perceived look, and they're all going to be all in this gorgeous gold tone. So give you the look of gold. Really spectacular. Love those. So I'd encourage you to get them all, or at least in the colors that you like. And it's not going to break the bank. We're 7 times 8, so $56, friends. For a really, really cool and robust look. So I'm just going to kind of show them one more time. Just kind of give you an idea of scale there. That's about the look that you're going to get. Obviously, I am a terrible model for these, but you get the idea, right? Man, those are beautiful. They're $8. $8. Great deal there. Love that. All right. So we're going to move on to item sold 109. And sold 109.
The amethyst pendant.
Okay, this is bold. This, I think it's the only amethyst pendant we have. Yeah, okay, this is so cool. All right, geodes, right? We're all pretty familiar with that. At least I was raised. My mother, we went to like North Georgia, and we'd go we could like buy the little geodes. I think we sell them here too, or we have in the past. It's just so cool. But we buy these little, the round geodes, and sometimes you'd cut them open and come up snake eyes, and then sometimes you cut them open and you would just have what you're about to see here, which is just a really explosion of amethyst. For all intents and purposes, that's what we're talking about here. And it's going to be custom bezel set, right? And some gold tone there. It's going to give you the absolute look of gold. So you've got like this crust of what looks like just solid gold, which gives it a very, very intense and very expensive look, quite frankly. But then you've got on the back of it just the rock, the actual, what you would see if you were just hunting around and finding these rocks that you can cut in half. That I was just talking about, and occasionally find the glorious treasure on the inside. These are really, really pretty, and it's a really, really unique and cool and fun item. These are on clearance. I don't think they should be. I really like this. I like this for the guys. I like this for the gals. I like this because, look, we've got February right around the corner, too. This is the February birthstone, is amethyst. And you're just going to get a really, really beautiful explosion of some concords. You've got a little bit of the one that I'm looking at here in particular. Each one will be different, but you're going to get roughly the same look. There's a Well, we got the round, for example. This one's more round, but they're all going to be approximately the same, give or take, you know, about this size, which is not teeny tiny, right? So again, I want everybody to be mindful. You're not going to get one that's like itty bitty, you know, sprocket size, but you know, there could be slightly different. They're going to vary, but we have a pretty strong QC, quality control department here. So this one is more of a roundish shape. You could get one that's more like this one, it's more of a cushion, but they'll all be roughly about the same real estate. This one in particular is going to be about an inch, just shy of an inch and a quarter by an inch and a quarter. From bail to bottom, this one's going to be, and keep in mind, give or take a quarter of an inch, I would say. It's probably a fair estimate. Bail to bottom, this one is an inch and 3/4. Okay, again, you've got the gold tone. Doesn't come with a chain, but again, those are a dime a dozen here at Shop LC. You can go to the website. You can procure one for pretty inexpensively, I would imagine. But I love the fact that each one of these will be individually bezel set with that gold tone. Keep it nice and secure there. And then you're gonna have the nice bail. But yeah, this is something I think the dudes could rock. Ladies could rock it, absolutely. But it's gonna give you a cool look, just kind of a unique look. If you're just kind of a, you know, somebody that likes that sort of rustic look, I think it's fantastic. But again, you've got some of the richer, sort of more Concord grape tones there. You've got some of the Rose de France look with this particular one. You may get one that's got a little bit more on the Concord with a little bit of maybe a smattering of the Rose de France. But what you're going to get is going to be an amethyst, and it's going to approximate roughly that. And each one will be unique. It's unique, and it's a fun, we're calling it the Druzy medium-sized pendant here. 50.50 carats is the one that we have featured on the website. Probably roughly that. Again, give or take, probably 6 or 7 carats. But it's gonna be unique to you, and they will have the back, which is gonna be that sort of rougher rock. It just gives a fun look. But they have smoothed it a little bit, so if you're worried about, you know, sort of being irritant on the skin, that feels very, very smooth. So even though you're getting the sort of the rough back, which I love that because that does give that unique look of basically cracking it open and then finding all the treasure on the inside, it is smoothed out for you, so it's not irritating on the skin. So I'm feeling this in real time, and it's smoothed out. So, but it gives you that look. Very cool. Very cool. Great for the guys, great for the gals, great for somebody who just wants something different, you know. It's nice to have the high polished and all that stuff, but occasionally nature just kind of shows you how beautiful she could be, and this is just, I think it's just gorgeous. And I love how they did that gold, sort of the customizing of the gold tone around it, which looks like 100% legit gold. So, perceived value, uniqueness. This is fun. This is different. I like it. Take advantage of that, folks. But did I give him a order? Go back. Did I give him a price on this? It's $8.99. It's $8.99. Okay, that's a killer value. All right, love it. All right, so I'm gonna put this right back here. We're gonna move on. That was sold 109. And we're gonna move on to sold 110.
Yes.
Straight away. That's so cool. So guys, if you want to get the guys a pendant, maybe they're just sort of a gemstone lover. I think that's a really cool idea. Just something original, something that's gonna be unique. All right, so I'm loving it. In terms of original, unique, from one to another. Look at this one. Okay, so rose quartz. Let's talk about it. Whoa, check that. Tanzania Nature Night. Stand corrected now. A little bit different material here. The Nature Night. Sometimes it can be more sort of to the reddish. This is going to be a little bit more on the pinker side. But the cool thing about it is you do see usually a lot of these almost like strawberry inclusions, and this is going to be quartz. Basically, and can we change the back one, the back side here? What you have here is a heart shape, almost a pear shape. Almost looks like an actual real heart, though, the one that we have here on set. These are going to be slightly varied. So again, you're getting something that's going to be, it's a nice polished piece of natronite. The Tanzanian material is very, very interesting because you get something that can sometimes be a little bit on the redder side, like a red quartz, but it does have these like little inclusions, almost look like a really like a yummy strawberry. In this case, just almost more like a pink strawberry with this particular one. It is beautiful, and this is 10 carats. So it's not too big, it's not too small. Sorry about that little hair there. Some little fuzz or something. It's funny, I'm just talking about it looking like a kind of a pink strawberry. Anyway, not that kind of fuzz. Now, it's the ideal. It's kind of we're in Goldilocks range. I love this sort of spiral design, though. Look at that, isn't that pretty? But it's kind of well. Here, let's do this. So never mind my hairy wrist and what have you. But can you see those small inclusions there? That's pretty typical. Almost like little strawberry, like little strawberry seed inclusions. And this is a better representation here, where you can see those. And it's something you want. It's much like rutilated quartz. You've got these little needle-like inclusions in there that give it that sort of almost pink strawberry look. It's beautiful. You got some nice translucence with this too. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more on the opaque side. The picture here represents a little more opaque, but I think that's just a picture, quite frankly. But what you're going to get is going to have some nice translucence there. So it's going to let some nice light in as well. And I love this spiral design. Each one of those will be individually set for a particular piece. These are going to be nice high polish on there, though. It will approximate roughly what you're seeing here, what you're seeing there. So like like kind of a pear, or sort of the fancy kind of a pearish, or in this case more of a heart-ish, minus the cleft, but really, really pretty. Really, really interesting. This is going to be in precious metal, so sterling silver. They're going to be roughly 10 carats, give or take, quarter carat, maybe a carat. But it's a really, again, very similar, not similar, but much like how I was just talking about the last piece, in terms of being, each piece is going to be slightly different and unique to itself. So it's not going to be the exact same 100%. This is going to be kind of in that same vein. And it's only going to be $22.39. Now, they didn't find they didn't find a boatload of this material. It's quartz, pretty common, but this particular pocket that they found over in Tanzania, from what I understand, just wasn't as much as would be in, let's just say, normal when we're talking about, I don't know, for example, maybe citrine, for example, relatively common, very beautiful, but a lot more common. So what you have here is sort of a collector's stone here with the natronite. In fact, I think there's only a few vendors that actually can get their hands on this material. I think they had maybe exclusive rights to it as well. So you've got kind of a collector's stone here. You've got something that's truly unique. You've got something in precious metal, and you've got something that is, well, just beautiful. In pink, well, I don't have to tell you, but it's been super hot. Not just because of that film that came out that kind of put it all back in the zeitgeist. Pink, I mean, don't call it a comeback. It never was gone. It's always going to be hot. And this is just beautiful. It's something that's unique, and I got to tell you, those inclusions, there's certain times when inclusions make the gemstone. They make the natronite. I really can't say enough about this. Folks, it's $22.39 now. It's on clearance. How many do we have of them?
This one we have 180.
Okay, so we got 180. This is going to be something you could get as, like, you and your friends could get one each. Again, we're not talking about too big, too small. We're in the Goldilocks zone. You've got a nice big bale here too. It's all going to be in sterling silver. So this is something, if you watch Shop LC with any regularity, maybe you own a nice Bourbador, Tulanaga, a Palladian chain that we sold, those larger ones. I think this bail is probably going to accommodate up to at least 3, possibly 4 millimeters. Yeah, I'm going to go out on. I'll just say conservatively, I think it's going to accommodate up to 3 millimeters. So, if you own like a white gold, a thicker white gold chain, a thicker platinum chain, thicker silver chain, or silver tone chain even, I think this will accommodate. I like the fact it's got the larger bail on it. That's really cool. And again, that beautiful spiral design makes it really unique to what we're kind of traditionally used to seeing out there. You're traditionally going to see some bezeling, or you'll see some prong set stuff. This is just different. It's unique. And you've got that high polished natronite, which is just a kind of a collector stone in and of itself when it comes to quartz. So folks, take advantage of this one. And $22.39. It's got like a less than $8 budget pay on it too, if money is a concern. So we've got enough at this point, I think, to take care of most people. But $7.47 budget pay, but it's gonna pay the $22.39. You're gonna love it. It's beautiful. It's gonna give you a decent size here too. We're talking about 1 inch roughly, give or take. Give or take maybe 1/8 of an inch or something. Really cool, really unique, really original. Big bail. All right, so we're gonna move on. That was item sold 110, and how are we doing on time? I think we're good. Okay, cool. That's so pretty. Yeah, if you love rose quartz, that natronite, that's a winner for sure. Next up, we have, we're going to bring you a rarity here, ladies and gentlemen. Most everybody out there has heard of turquoise. Now, if you're a frequent viewer of Shop LC and a lot of, and you visit the Southwest a lot, you obviously have probably heard of Sleeping Beauty maybe at this point. Maybe you haven't. But what we have here, and this is the first time I'm seeing it. I don't understand why it's on clearance. I don't know how I missed this, but because you can't miss it. I'm going to talk about a knuckle-to-knuckle ring. That's an understatement. This is a saddle style knuckle-to-knuckle ring. I'm wearing it. Full disclosure, I've kind of big hands, right? And they've got ink all over them right now. And they're unattractive. I get it. But I want you to see the scale of this. Look at this absolute just beauty. I mean, it is. This is a force of nature. And quite literally, sort of a nature design. You've got these beautiful bypass style, almost like branch style designs with all these marquees of genuine Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Now, this is about an inch, a little over an inch and almost 1 3/4 inches. Almost 1 3/4 inches from top to bottom. So it's going to cover a lot of real estate. It is spectacular. Saddle style design there. You've got the combination. Okay, so they put it all with that backdrop, 3-dimensionality, large Sleeping Beauty turquoise, a total of about 7 3/4 carats between the Sleeping Beauty. Majority of that will be in Sleeping Beauty, I'd imagine. And then you've got the backdrop of just this gorgeous layer of lustrous micropave round black spinel. This is an all-natural gemstone. You're looking at nothing but genuine gemstones across the board. Now you're gonna have a Zachary treatment on your Sleeping Beauty turquoise. You want that because you don't want it to fade, which turquoise tends to do over time. It can get, because you want it to remain this rich, ideal, and it is the quintessential 100%. That is exactly what people pay the huge money for. The Asian markets pay gigantic money and are paying big money for Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Why? Because this mine has been closed down since 2012, 2013 roughly. I think they still mine some copper there perhaps, but in terms of Sleeping Beauty turquoise, those veins, those pockets, they are cashed out. They have been for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. So you've got a very rare opportunity. Now the difference between Sleeping Beauty and your traditional turquoise, and a lot of people do like the veining, the sort of the black veining that you get. It gives a unique look to turquoise, but this particular material, folks, it is expensive. It is virtually extinct, right? For all intents and purposes. No big finds on the horizon. Maybe they could still find a couple little pockets here and there, but come on. So what you're looking at is a gemstone that, without the connections that we have, and I don't know why we are still selling it for the price that we're doing. That we're doing this ring, this Goliath. It's 13.41 grams of sterling silver, vermeil, and platinum plating surrounding all that precious metal. Noble metal on top of precious metal, on top of rare gemstones, on top of even more all natural rare black spinel, with that luster and richness that rivals that of a black diamond. In many cases puts a black diamond to shame. And ladies and gentlemen, you're getting this work of art for less than $100. It's $89. I don't know how or why we decided to do it for that price, but God bless them and management. This is a fun ring. And maybe it's just me, because I'm a huge lover. I love those big robust looks. If you're gonna wear jewelry, wear something that has a little pop, if you can afford it. This is a ring. It looks so clutch, designer, so amazing. Like it looks like it would be in the showroom on Fifth Avenue, Rodeo Drive, down in some swanky store in Miami where you have to, get buzzed in. I mean, this is something very special. It is boutique, it is high-end, it is luxurious, it has rare gemstones. The design work on it is sensational. The combination of that platinum with that yellow gold is what a lot of the high-end designers are doing these days. I know we headhunt from a lot of the high-end design boutiques, and we're getting them apparently, because this is something that I really do believe that you would see it in your really high-end stores in Dubai, Chicago. You could see this exact same ring. Put some little initials in the back that nobody will ever see, because nobody's going to grab your ring and take a jeweler's loop to it unless you're selling it or whatever, or fencing it, in which case they probably wouldn't do it. Well, they would, I guess, in that case. But folks, the point is, $89 is a giveaway. If we're just talking about 13.41 grams of precious metal, of sterling silver, that's a great price. Never mind all that. 7.75 carats. I can't say enough about this. It's less than $100. Your everyday price is going to bump back up, if there are any of them left, to $177.99, more than likely after today. I don't know why we're doing this on clearance. This is a ring. I love this design. I don't know. It may not be for everybody. Now it's big and bold. So yeah, if you're one that likes a little bit more low key stuff, I can understand that it may not be for you, but it could be for one of your friends that likes to really have that really strong presence. And folks, we're not talking about dyed howlite. We're not talking about plastic. We're talking about the genuine, real deal. How many do we have on these? And forgive me, I want to go back because I want to give them the count on roughly what.
11.
Okay, there's 11 of these. I can't see these. Okay. I'm working the overnight on shameless plug. I'm working the show tomorrow. I think it's on the schedule. I'm working these shows tomorrow, right? The morning shows, and I'm working the overnight show. I think we'll still be in clearance at that point, but I'm working the overnight on Monday and Tuesday. If there are any of these left, I am requesting it, and they will be gone. They will be sold out. I guarantee it. If they're not sold out after today. There's 11 of these. Don't let that sizing be an issue there. Now look, you've got a relatively low profile. That saddle style design, you've got almost like a slight little arch there. But you have a little sizing bar. See that? Even that gold there. Look at that, the leafing of gold, the texturing on that is sensational. I can't say enough about this. But you do have a little bit of a sizing bar. So I would think any jeweler could easily size that up or down, probably within 1 to 2 sizes, no problem. We've got it in 6 and 7. Those are pretty common sizes. Scroll down if we could though. I just want to. This is a $1,450 ring. That's our estimated retail value. So just know that this is so far even below where we should have it here. We've got all these marquees. Arizona Sleeping Beauty turquoise. There's 24 of them. So we've got a total minimum carat weight of 6 carats. Okay, 6 carats of Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Keep in mind, this is a mine that's been shut down for many moons. Over a decade now, just about. You've got Robin's Egg Blue. It says Sky Blue. These are textbook, deep, rich Robin's Egg Blue on those turquoise. There's 11 of these. The remainder of that's going to be in beautiful Thai black spinel, which is not this is not a very common gemstone to begin with. And Thai black spinel, it gives you that look of black diamonds, and it's so lustrous and so remarkable that in many cases we have a lot of clients that say they love their black spinels better than they do their black diamonds. But we're talking about genuine gemstones. I cannot stress what a great value. Best value of the show, hands down, in my personal opinion. That's if you like, look, that's if you like the design, that's if you like the big bold look, that's if you like that knuckle to knuckle, robust. I just think it's cool, I think it's fierce, and I love the fact, the rarity, and all of the design work. I love the fact that you've got that gold, you've got that platinum overlay, you've got it all in precious metal, a plethora of that. So that reason, I'm kind of gushing on that one, crushing on it. It's the first time I've ever seen it. It looks like something out of a super high-end design showroom that you pay $7,000, $8,000 for. So $89. Whew. That one's money. Anyway. I meant what I said. These are not idle threats. If there's any of these left, I'm going to do my best to get that on my show. Even if there's 2 of them left, I'm going to do my best to get that on my clearance show overnight, either Monday or Tuesday. So you've been warned. But even if they're back up to the $177, I think those sell out in a heartbeat. It's too cool. All right, so moving on. Sorry about that, folks. I know I'm like, occasionally you see that one that's just sort of like, whoa. Dude, that is a whoa dude moment for me. Sound like a skater dude, but man, that thing's cool. All right, ladies, get that one. It's fun. Give them time for New Year's Eve. That one's cool. All right, so onward and forward to more of a traditional look, but not the traditional look. Kind of a different take on a Franco necklace. You got a big bold look here. Full disclosure, I think if this is the 24, I own the gold version of this. It's super cool. I got 2 of them just because I thought it was neat, and I didn't, and I wanted this design. So what you have, sort of that elongated traditional curve combined with the regular curve. So the Franco design, or Figaro, almost like a Figaro design. But what you also have, which kind of gives it a unique look, is you've got these rivets, this texturing on it, which I think is really cool. Now, I don't have this one, and actually, I kind of like the look of this one better too. It's 24 inches, so it's going to work great for the men, work great for the women. You're going to have a lot of millimeter looks. It's going to be in stainless steel, so we're talking waterproof, we're talking tarnish free, we're talking hypoallergenic, and a dead ringer for platinum, quite frankly, with darn near the strength. Stainless steel, we're one of the few jewelry manufacturers that are able to produce jewelry in stainless steel. Traditionally, it's been used in your office, your dental offices, because of the antimicrobial and the hypoallergenic nature of it, and your hospitals and things like that, and tools and things. But the temperatures required to mold and to shape this particular metal are extreme. They're like right up there with platinum. Not quite as high. I think they're like in the 1800 degrees, some 1700, something like that. Don't quote me 100% on that. You can do your own homework, but it's high, and so it's difficult to work with. It's difficult to break. So you've got something that's going to be very strong, something that's going to last you a lifetime, and something again that's going to give you that very, very expensive platinum, maybe silver or a white gold look. Keep in mind, platinum or white gold's potentially just rhodium plating or rhodium mixed in, or palladium or platinum, basically with gold. So basically we're all going for that same look, which is that of pretty much a white metal platinum. And that's what you get with this. So you've got something that looks expensive in terms of perceived value, but you got something that's $4.79. Yeah. So I can tell you, a chain that I saw recently, and I'm trying to find something that is virtually the same width. The chain, this is a terrible representation, that I saw was about the width of this, which I want to get to that. I know kind of went long on that last one. About the width of this. We're going to get to this amazing necklace here in just a little bit. But the chain that I saw at it wasn't a mall jeweler, but it was at a jeweler, was about this width in terms of millimeter. Not 7.6 millimeters, right? And it was, I think, $47.99. Not a bad price. Not a bad price at all. Nowhere near the design. I think it was like a box chain, stainless steel. So basically, I don't want to say, it was basically smaller apples to a larger and juicier apple. Just to give you an idea, this is less than 10 times the price, and it's more than, well, and again, this is a terrible representation in terms of the size. Now these are, I'm talking about genuine gemstones there. That's going to be a fun one to get to, but just to give you an idea of size, this is 24 inches. Again, going to look great on the ladies, going to look great on the men. It's a great standalone piece. It looks expensive. It's going to give you that expensive look, and just a cool necklace. I love the texturing. I love the Figaro style chain or Franco chain here. I love all that texturing that you're seeing. If you own the gold version of this, and you're like me, I think I paid $14.99 for the gold one. Just the ionized gold. Exact same thing. But if there are any of these left, I'm going to grab one of these too. How many do we have?
We have 130.
Okay, so we got 130. We got enough to feed the masses here, folks. Think about getting one of these as a gift. Maybe you want to get it for a gift look, most guys, or a lot of guys will say, yeah, I'm good on jewelry. I'm good. I don't wear jewelry. This is going to be one of those items, they get it, and they're like, I like that. Yeah, that's killer. Okay, I'll wear that. It's going to be strong. It's got a cool look. It's going to look great with virtually anything that they're wearing. It looks
like Jim's grabbing that. He just put in sold 112.
Yeah, do that. Congratulations, Jim. Yeah, thank you, Jim. Look, this is I mean, it's perfect go-to. It's the perceived value is off the charts, right? Because if we're talking about platinum, like the gram weight on this, it's robust, substantial. It's going to be strong as all get out. Probably tow a car with this. Don't try that. But I mean, for less than $5. Now look, it's a clearance item, so you get it. You get it. You got it. But I mean,
we bought 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, this. Yeah, I was about to say, this is that item that you want to get a bunch of them. There's only 100 and something left, but at that price, it's giveaway price. Something like this in the retail world is probably gonna cost you about $100. Most like at best case scenario, I would imagine. Worst case scenario, you go to like one of those fancy places and it comes in a really, really cool box, but it looks exactly the same as this, and then you're like out like $400, but you got that cool box. You can wear the box as a pendant or something, you know. I don't know, but yeah, the stainless steel it can be expensive, but it should never be this inexpensive. So I'm gonna move on, but that's just it. Like in terms of a giveaway deal. And a great gift giving idea, and it's just something that like if you're out like you can wear something and you maybe don't want to wear your super expensive platinum, but you want that exact same look, you want that strong, robust look. Something like this in platinum is probably be like $20,000. So yeah, I love it. Perfect gift giving item. Perfect item just to wear. You can wear it swimming. You can wear it anywhere. You can wear this with a tuxedo and look super cool. You can wear it to a ballpark. That's the everyday wearable. That's the go-to. Love that. I'm gonna keep that on. All right. So because we're running short on time, I'm gonna move quickly here. I should because this is such a cool ring. What we have here, gentlemen. Stop. How many of these do we have?
We have 5 of these ones.
Doggone it.
Actually, no, we might have more because it's only showing me size 10.
Yeah,
size 10 we have 5.
Well, I'm seeing a size 8 too. We got this in a this is the size 10. Yeah, this is all right. So we've got it in size 10. What you've got here, I wish I had the time. This deserves the time. You've got this really cool. You've got a Rolex style design here, the sort of blocked off, right? Very nice, low profile. You do have some diamonds here. This is going to be solid 10 karat gold. I like the Rolex style design. I like the low profile. I like the 10 karat gold. It's going to give it, it's going to be that nice expensive gold. And you've got that solid under mounting there. Not the filigree work. It's just solid 10K. You've got a little bit of an opening right there. Just kind of let a little bit of light in there and to make it easier to clean underneath those diamonds. You only got about 25 points of diamonds, but you've got a big diamond look because what they did was they put in a little bit of white gold, the 10 karat white gold surrounding these micro pave diamonds right here. So you're getting a big diamond look. They're all individually pronged. You've got sort of this high polish right here surrounding that. So it's going to give you that look of in a lot of sparkle power too there, but not overly. But then you've got the side profile here where you've got this frosted gold and just like these sort of slowly graduated down on either side of the shank here. You can't really tell from looking at this picture, but I encourage you to go to the website. This is going to be sold $115, just because well, here, I'll try to show you. Here we got this, which is going to be for our TikTok folks. And there you go. So you've got like this frosted with the high polish on either side of those sort of almost like bars of the frosting. So you got a really cool texturing and three-dimensionality that goes on there. But you've got a really cool masculine looking ring here too as well. Going to taper down at the bottom, which is really good too because it's going to make it everyday wearable. Maybe you're somebody that works in the trades. 10 karat gold. It's going to stand up to a lot of beating. That's something maybe like an 18 karat probably couldn't. You know, you end up getting dinged up a little bit. So this is solid. This is a really, really cool item here. I also love the fact that it did do a couple little pockets. If you look down, I don't know if you guys can see that, which is just going to make it to where it's not going to get stuck on your finger there. So it's almost the equivalent of having the filigree, but you got a little bit more in terms of the solid gold. Got a nice high polish, so it fits very, very comfortably. It almost gives it a comfort fit as well on that one. Just an ideal, robust, cool looking gents ring. Ladies, if you wanted to, look, we got it in a size 8, I think. There's one size 8. How many? You said there's 5 total?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. This may be the size, I think this could be the size 8, but typically I can't get an 8 on that, on and off that quickly. Ladies, by all means, don't be scared. I'm gonna move pretty quick because I see we got a bunch of items. I'd like to try to get to the moissanite and the Sleeping Beauty and the ruby bracelet if we could. But this is fantastic, folks. The price on this is unbelievable. This very, very easily could be going out there for probably around 3, 4, maybe Mike could luck out and get it for about $2,000, maybe $1,400 if you have a friend that works in the trade. We're doing this for $899. That is a liquidation closeout clearance.
No, it's actually $439.
What? How is that possible? $439?
You're looking at the next item.
Oh my goodness. $439. Forget about it. Yes. There's only 5 of them left. Clearance item though, ladies and gentlemen, but man, is that a good looking ring. $439. Solid gold. 10 karat. This is not vermeil. That's like a vermeil price. All right, so we're going to move on. That's fantastic. I love it. I think you're going to love it too. Now, if you, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to leave that bad boy on. Now, if you heard me gushing about the big knuckle ring, maybe that's not your jam. I get it. That's not for everybody. So I submit to you then a more traditional approach on what is a AAA Sleeping Beauty turquoise. This is going to be in solid 10 karat gold. This is a ring that would be very expensive out there. You've got the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, so you're going to get all that entails, that robin's egg blue, that rich, non-veined robin's egg blue that people are paying such big money for. And you've got a lot of carat weight there too. You've got this with white zircon surrounding it, but again, this is going to be in 10 karat gold. So what you've got here is a Luxuro proposition. It's our very high-end line. It will be minimum 10 karat gold, sometimes up to 14. Now, it's going to come with all the information here so that you can give this to your insurance provider. You want to get this ring insured because what you've got here is not a $455 ring and 99 cents. That's what we're selling it for here. It's worth a lot more. I can tell you right now, your equity on this one is instant when you get it. In other words, I think that when you take this to any appraiser, worth their salt, if they understand what they're looking at, you can give them this card. This will just have the basic information. It's going to tell you all the information that I just told you and that you can find out on the website. It says item sold 117. 5 karat 65. Yes, 5 karat 65. Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Sleeping Beauty turquoise. They do all their due diligence, all that stuff. The white zircon. White zircon's relatively inexpensive. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like about VS diamonds that are probably G in color. It has that exact look. These are genuine gemstones. Let's never confuse zircon with zirconium, okay? Genuine gemstone. About a 7 on the Mohs hardness scale too. Now, the only treatments there are on these, I'd say these are probably mostly all natural, maybe a little bit of heat treatment with those white zircon, but we're talking genuine gemstones. 4 million years old plus. 4 billion, excuse me. One of the oldest. Almost as old as the Earth, if we're to believe what we currently know. The only thing we're talking about probably, and this is something that you do want, is that Zachary treatment, which is done on the turquoise. What does that do? It's a coating that protects it. It's a very porous material. This will protect your gemstone. And you want that very valuable gemstone protected because otherwise you're looking at a proposition where it sort of starts to turn more that green, the greenish color, which will still be pretty, but we want this robin's egg blue to remain and to stay, and it shall. So the Zachary treatment. So that's commonly done. In fact, you want it done. But other than that, you've got something here that's very, very valuable. A clearance price. Could bump back up. Well, if it bumps back up, it probably won't be back to $479. That's our everyday price on clearance. Today we're getting it for extra low, and we can guarantee that price for the next 24 hours here. We do have this available now in some sizes. This is the good news. So I'm assuming we probably got about 10 or 12 of them, maybe up to 20, 2 dozen.
Minus the half size because I have no idea. We have 22.
Okay, about 2 dozen, yeah. So we got 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9.5, 10, and 10.5. It's going to be a borderline cocktail ring size. It's okay. It's a big one. So this would probably be our 10.5. Just to give you an idea of scale, you got pretty big hands. And that's solid 10 karat gold. Again, you get the Luxuro card. Go out and get this appraised. Go out and get this appraised. We're probably looking at, probably minimum 1,500, 17, 2,000. I think our estimated retail value $34.99. I think that's a very fair price when we're talking about this very, very hard to come by material. The Sleeping Beauty turquoise mine, just to give you a quick recap, that's a mine shut down around 2012, 2013. So it is no moss. It is done for the most part, other than some copper mining I think they're currently doing there. Over there, Sleeping Beauty mine, very, very cool. You should look it up. It's out in Arizona. Got a silhouette in the background. Looks like Sleeping Beauty. I think that's gonna. Well, no. Oh gosh, we still got plenty of time. I'm not gonna shortchange anybody.
Let's see.
Let's do this moissanite, man.
Which one?
Big Daddy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Asher cut.
Yeah.
This is spectacular. You guys want to see something cool? And then I want to get to the ruby. I can speed. I can speed, but I gotta show this ruby bracelet, right? All right. So as long as I can show these two, I got 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, hello, Is this wait? Is this tourmaline?
That is yes.
If I don't show these folks, we'll put them on the website. But I'm just gonna flash them. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit this moissanite, because that moissanite. This is moissanite, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Look at this. All right, if we don't get to it, this multi-tourmaline necklace, we're going to put that on the website. That is spectacular. In fact, if you got the multicolor, I know they're different gemstone, but if you got that multicolor sapphire, that could be a beautiful addition to complete that set. Those beautiful multi-sapphire look really beautiful with the multicolor tourmalines there, okay? Just a heads up in case we aren't able to get to that, because it deserves the time. It's so beautiful. Beautiful daisy style design. But I got to get to this ruby bracelet, and I got to show you this moissanite because it's so cool. This is a massive moissanite. Look, I've seen moissanite. You've probably seen moissanite out there in the retail world. You could probably find it online. Caveat emptor on that one. It is a more of a art than it is a science, as I understand it. To create this material, it's lab created. It is not inexpensive to create, and there's very, very few scientists that have it down to what you're about to see. This looks like a D flawless diamond plus. Okay, moissanite has more fire, more brilliance. Traditionally, typically, more rainbow explosion of brilliance, luster. This doesn't even begin. Doesn't even begin to look at this. Okay. You see that, folks? Here we go for TikTok. Maine, I'm gonna need your help here on this one, DJ, because I want them to be able to see this. I want them to see at least a half of what I see. This is.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
This is so choice. The fire, the brilliance, the sparkle factor on this one is through the roof. You've got the very wasteful Asher cut, that sort of reverse, almost like pyramid, the step cut, which just gives you halls and halls and halls of explosion of light and brilliance and fire that is just second to none. It is not a diamond. It is not a substitute for a diamond, is what a diamond wishes it was, quite frankly. And it most assuredly is not a cubic zirconia. Folks, this is something that's going to be very, very strong. Most hardness scale, we're talking about a 9 to 9.25. It is completely the same chemical composition as what was discovered about 100 years ago, or excuse me, about 120, now 125 years ago. In 1893, Henry Moissan, French scientist, he's in a crater, Canyon El Diablo, out in Arizona. He's looking for trace amounts of different minerals, from a meteorite that had landed.
Actually, can you show that one more time loud? I wanted to see it.
Absolutely. He comes upon what he thinks, I'm assuming, and this is just, I might be butchering the story just a little bit. Remember, we're back in 1893, so we only have to go on what George Frederick Kuhn's has written, I think, extensively about it, or at least a little bit about it, because he's the one that ultimately named it moissanite after Henry Moissan. He was a buyer for Tiffany & Co. Did you see that? Was I able to show it to her?
Yeah, it should be good.
It's all right. She has to get this. If she loves moissanite, she can't miss this one. It's so beautiful, and it's so big. Here, I'm going to show it on my finger. Forgive my nails. I know they leave something to be desired, but I want you to be able to see this at scale. Is she watching on TikTok or Instagram? Okay, website. I hope I'm doing it justice here. It is so crystal clean. The color on it is, I mean, this is spectacular. It's a huge, and can I get the specs on this very, very quickly? It's a huge Asher cut. But it's not so big that it's not believable. But if it is to be believed, then it is believed to be believed. In terms of diamonds, Lord knows, $120,000 Asher cut D flawless diamond. That's about the only thing that I can do even remotely close. It's 4 karat 20, just on that center stone. Okay, so take what you will. The remainder. It's going to be in a beautiful picture frame halo around that huge Asher cut. You've got just a gorgeous, nice traditional style with the round brilliance going down either side of the shank. You've got a nice row of inset baguette Asher, looks like princess cuts on either side. You've got nice filigree work underneath, and folks, this is something truly spectacular. The price, you gotta help me out here. No, we're going to the ruby. But let's go back. No, we're going to the ruby. But go back to the ash. Yes, please. $134.39, and I apologize.
We're sold out of the ruby.
I'm sorry.
We're sold out of the ruby.
Oh, doggone it. Okay. Oh, cool. Well, let's, can we do the amber then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that one. Folks, we're very, very low on these. This is a giveaway price. This is something. Look, for a carat. Just solitaire, round, brilliant moissanite of this quality at a lot of other places in the exact same, or not even as much in terms of the mounting, is going to run you probably in the 800s, maybe thousands of dollars. That is a giveaway price at $139. It's on clearance. You got an opportunity. It's sizable. You can size that, but that is so beautiful. Just took my breath away. All right, so last item of the day, and I apologize, I've been kind of sort of speeding through. I wanted to get to nearly everything that we had here today. I apologize I didn't get to this beauty. We'll put whatever we didn't get to up on the website. That was spectacular. Maybe we'll get to it tomorrow. Oh, you know what? We can maybe get to it tomorrow. Why don't we do that? Now, what we have here, Baltic Amber, big, bold, beautiful. This is next level. In terms of Baltic Amber, look at all the inclusions there. Here's another case in point where you want some inclusions. This is going to be one of your organic gemstones. One of the most impressive, made popular by the, good grief, does this have some organic material in it. Wow. What you have here are all these cabochon, beautiful snapshots of history, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fossilized resin. From what, I guess, the closest thing, think of it in terms of the resin of like a pine, some thereabouts. But it is spectacular. You've got this rich, almost golden color, and you see little traces of history. I'm looking at this particular piece at like, this is like straight out of Jurassic Park. Okay, this is so impressive. All right, this is strong, folks. I don't know if you can see all of these. You've got some insects in there. You've got all this organic material. It is, but the light refraction from it is just beautiful. Oh my goodness. No wonder. Okay. Folks, forget about $1,709. This is top gem quality when it comes. This is the best of the best when it comes to amber. I've never seen finer in my life, actually. And I've seen a ton of amber in my lifetime. That is spectacular. Graduating size, these are huge pieces. Snapshots in History, $181 on clearance today. Very, very limited. You got a $36 budget pay. Thank you so much for allowing me to speed through these last few moments of the show. I know we went a little bit over. I apologize for that, TJ. But we'll see you back here tomorrow. We're going to be doing it all over again. I'm going to be here at 10 a.m. Central Time and also doing the 2 p.m. Central Time live stream tomorrow. Also working the Monday overnight and then the Tuesday overnight. So jamming, yeah.
Busy.
Nope, no sleep for Mr. Whitley, and I like it that way. So look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. God bless you. Go back and check out the show if you missed any of it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
All right.
Cool beans. Sorry to keep you, man.
No problem, man. All good.
So wait, what is this dude right here? Is this
That
barrel?
one, Brazilian mint garnet bead.
Oh shit. Let's do that tomorrow if we're doing something like that.